3 drivers, 2 tunings, and a price tag that shouldn't be able to afford either. That's the pitch Simgot is making with the EW300, and today we're finding out if a tribrid IEM at this price actually holds together or falls apart the moment you push it. Hey, welcome back to Personal Hi-Fi Audio. Today we are reviewing the EW300 from Simgot. Thanks to Simgot for sending this one over, and as always, this is not a paid review. Everything you're about to hear is my honest take. It's not a brand new release, but it's one of the most talked about IEMs in this budget range right now, and I have been wanting to get my hands on it for a while. Let's start with what's actually going on inside the shell, because this is where the EW300 gets interesting. The 10mm ceramic composite diaphragm dynamic driver is doing the bass and low mid work. The 6mm annular planar magnetic driver handles the mids into the upper frequencies, and the piezoelectric ceramic driver is up top, adding air and detail. The shell itself is CNC machined from a high density alloy with a mirrored plated glossy finish, and honestly it looks premium. The faceplate has an X symbol on one side and a heart symbol on the other. A nice little design touch. It is shiny, but it's a fingerprint magnet. Fit wise, the venting is done properly, so there's no pressure build up even during long listening sessions. You can keep these in for a while without that stuffy sealed in feeling. The detachable nozzle system makes it easier to swap between the two tuning profiles, and most important, if it gets damaged, it's easier to replace. The cable is a detachable 0.78 mm 2-pin silver-plated oxygen-free copper design, wrapped in a transparent anti-oxidation PVC jacket with a black and gold finish. It is thicker and multi-strand. Unboxing this feels like Simgot actually thought through about the experience rather than just hitting a price target. There's a sheer range of accessories in the box. There is also a carry case provided, which is well made and easy to carry in your pocket. And inside, you get 3 pairs of ear tips, tuning foams, the extra nozzle set, silicone rings for secure fit, and the user manual. Everything laid out cleanly rather than crammed in. The headline feature is still the 2-nozzle tuning system. Swap between a silver nozzle and a gold copper nozzle and you are genuinely getting 2 different sound signatures out of one IEM, not a marginal EQ shift. Now the part you are actually here for, how does it sound? Overall, the tuning leans V-shaped, and most of my listening here was done on the silver nozzle. The bass is genuinely good for the price, deep, textured and controlled, with the emphasis really sitting on the sub bass rather than the mid bass. That means it digs deep and gives you a satisfying rumble, but it's not the punchiest or most tactile hitting bass out there. Importantly, it stays controlled and doesn't bleed into the mids, so vocal stays forward in the mix without ever sounding shouty. This isn't a bass head level bass, but it's satisfying without getting in the way of everything else. The mids are clean and natural, vocals come through with real presence, and interestingly, female vocals sit slightly more forward and have better presence here than the male vocals. Treble is where the piezo driver earns its keep. It's detailed and well extended with real clarity and sparkle without tipping into harshness, and detail retrieval and resolution are excellent for the price. I will flag that there's occasional sibilance on some female vocal tracks, so if you're sensitive to that, it's worth knowing going in. Though the included foam filters can tame that treble sharpness a bit at the cost of some of that technical edge. Soundstage is above average with a good sense of width and depth. It's not the most expensive stage you'll hear, but for the price, it's genuinely good and sound separation holds up well too. Imaging is a real strength. sounds are placed with precision, which is exactly why this will also work well for gaming. So, who is this actually for? If you're a budget audiophile who wants to two distinct sound signature in one purchase instead of buying two separate IEMs, the EW300 makes a strong case for itself. The silver nozzle for a more balanced vocal forward listen, and the gold nozzle when you are just want to have fun with some extra bass. For music lovers, this leans towards pop and K-pop listeners, since the forward mids and airy treble favors vocals, and it's genuinely well suited to acoustic, jazz and classical listening too. It's also great for the EWM fans, as the planar and piezo drivers handle synth and hi-hats without tuning harsh. Gamers get real value here too, since the imaging precision translates directly into better positioning cues. This is an IEM that gets talked about a lot in the audiophile community, and having spent real time with it, I get why. There isn't a major weakness worth pointing out, and for the price, the overall tuning and performance are genuinely impressive. That's the Simgot EW300. If you found this useful, subscribe for more honest, no hype, budget audio reviews, and drop your questions in the comments. Thank you.